Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to Congregation Beth Israel in Houston, Texas. We're glad that you've joined us on this Shabbat. Shabbat is our day of rest and joy that allows us to create a separation from all that may have occurred during the week. May our prayers, words, and songs help to elevate your soul and bring you comfort, strength, and peace on this day. Please enjoy our service. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Good to be with everyone here in the Gordon Chapel as we still, until the service concludes, are in the midst of celebrating our observance of Passover. We'll soon be very excited to taste challah again. And as we come together on this Shabbat, I hope that for many of you this week of celebrating our season of redemption has been one that's been especially meaningful, spent with family and friends. And for some of you, I know it's been a difficult week full of some challenges. But Shabbat comes just when we need it to provide a separation from all that may have occurred, both good and bad, during the week, to allow us to pause and truly give thanks for the blessings we do find in our lives. There's no better way to come together in song than by joining together in singing Hine Ma Tov, which our cantor will lead us. The words can be found on page 10, also on the reverse side of your Friday guide. Please join us. We continue with a blessing over our Shabbat candles on pages 2 and 3, and we invite Susan Harris to lead us in the blessing.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
We turn now to page 28 as we rise for our call to worship Baruch Hu.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach.
Page 31, together. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars, creator of the tide of time and light. You guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Page 33, responsively. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol.
All these things your Torah gives to us.
And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives.
What could be a truer token of your abiding love
than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol yehudecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher Anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha b'derech u'v'shokbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim Yod lachem le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Page 37, together. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot, so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. Page 39, responsively. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth.
May heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal justice and love.
From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way.
Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will want and peace. Then shall rejoice Israel. We now come upon texts found in the poem Shirat Hayam, the triumphant song the Israelites sang as they crossed the Sea of Reeds. Mi chamocha ba'ilim Adonai, mi chamocha ne'edar ba'kodesh, nara tehilot osef eleh. This powerful poem also contains the words Ozi v'zimrat Yah, vayihi li lishua, meaning Adonai is my strength and might, God is my salvation. We continue now by singing the poignant words of the Israelites, Ozi v'zimrat Yah, directly followed by a musical rendition of Hashkivenu, which includes the beautiful English sentiment, let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Ozi v'zimrat Yah is found on your Friday night guide, and Hashkivenu, let there be love, is found on pages 42 and 43 of your prayer book. Please join us.
together, page 44. The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat throughout the ages as a covenant for all time. It is a sign for all time between me and the people of Israel. For in 6 days Adonai made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day God ceased from work and was refreshed. Ha Tefillah, page 46 and 48. Please rise.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chastei Avot Ve'imahot, U'mevii Geula Livnei Bneihem, Le'man Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham V'ezrat Sarah.
Page 50, together. You are forever mighty, Adonai. You give life to all. You sustain life through love, giving life to all. Through great compassion, supporting the fallen, healing the sick, freeing the captive, keeping faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of mighty acts? Who resembles you, a sovereign who takes and gives life, causing deliverance to spring up, and faithfully giving life to all. Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Baruch atah Adonai, mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yichalucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Please be seated. Page 55, together. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Page 59. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha u'lecha na'eh lehodod. Page 61, together. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Let our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamivarech et amo Yisrael, b'shalom.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
We pause now for a moment of silent prayer. With our own personal prayers on our minds and our own prayers for peace, we include at this time a prayer of healing, a healing of body and mind, spirit and soul. We think especially tonight of Morgan Aaron, B.B. Fallick, Edie Orlin, Sarah Weinman, Delia Toomey, Donald Podoloff, Dahlia Gabert, Terry Pearl Juntoff, as well as all those who you are thinking of within your own families and your circle of friends who are in need of healing. We offer the words, our prayer, Misha Beirach. At this time, the words can be found on page 253. Matzah. I know, we're sick of it. No matter how we bake it, fry it, or mask it, it may not ever appear on our short list of favorite Jewish foods. And in just a few minutes, depending on the length of the service, we'll be done with our week-long festival of Zaman Cherutenu, the season of our redemption. But before we bid the holiday farewell, there are still some last-minute reflections to consider. Our Spring Harvest Festival of Passover is the first one of the year, at least according to Torah. It presented our ancestors with the important opportunity to savor the rebirth and renewal of spring. Because they were exposed to the natural elements, the arrival of spring guaranteed them the hope that better times were indeed ahead. As a result, there was much to celebrate and an opportunity to express thanks to God. Similarly, our observance of Passover today reminds us of the gift of this sacred time in our calendar. As we reflect on the many types of ritual food we are commanded to eat, or at least taste, at this season, matzah is the most apparent. We are taught that the matzah is on one hand the lechem oni, the poor bread of our past, and on the other, the unleavened cakes our ancestors baked as they received the ultimate word that freedom was granted to them. Matzah does truly represent the unleavened taste of freedom. Leaving Egypt in haste, the time for preparation was minimal. Our ancestors had more to worry about than the type of food they were going to eat. They were fleeing from a period of enslavement and servitude. Finally, Moses' plea to Pharaoh of letting the people go was granted. And the Israelites weren't being liberated only for the sake of being free. They now had a higher purpose. They were going out to serve God. Finally, there was intention behind their existence. Spiritually, our ancestors needed to find the path to God. The only way to do this was to let go of the past, To put the hardships and obstacles of slavery aside wasn't an easy task. In many ways, the same unleavened cake of freedom was also reminiscent of the meager provisions of slavery. Letting go of the past isn't simple, and it certainly wasn't easy for our ancestors. While their feet may have experienced the parting of the seas, internally it wasn't as immediate. Chewing on the dry matzah to sustain themselves didn't help matters much. It was not only the feeling of being free, it was also about the taste of freedom. The challenge rests: how can one truly feel free and taste it? Torah commands us to personally feel as though we were redeemed from Egypt. During this season, we dine with great fanfare in much the same way as was customary during this time thousands of years ago. Egypt, Mitzrayim, is a narrow place. It's a place that constricts us. It stifles us. It upsets us. Truly redeeming ourselves is difficult. What aspects of our lives cause us undue pain and stress? How are we confounded by grief year after year, even when we tell ourselves to let go and begin the difficult road to recovery? While we know that symbolically the start of our new Jewish year begins in the fall, the observance of Pesach also gives us the chance to start anew. We must complete a personal check-in, a soul-searching exercise that provides an honest and full assessment. How can we release ourselves from our own personal places of bondage? How can we permit ourselves to truly feel free? For our ancestors, experiencing freedom was a process that took 40 years. The Exodus was a long, often difficult trek through many winding paths. It wasn't a short march out of the parted waters of the Sea of Reeds. It started in that moment, but it was a much longer journey. The type of unleavened cake that sustained them as slaves continued to nourish them through the first steps to freedom. Matzah is hard. It may not symbolize freedom on a large scale, but it does provide some sustenance. It can represent both oppression and security in the hope of a new life, complete with greater opportunities. The wanderings of our ancestors reminds us that with God's guidance, there could be a better life than the one of servitude in Egypt. Passover is known by many names, symbolizing its many facets and complexities. The Israelites were granted the privilege of freedom, but it was accompanied by many risks and uncertainties. Forging a new path for themselves in the desert was more complicated than the prior years of slavery. Understanding how to find a connection with God in a place that was desolate and void of much life only added to this stress. We still seek redemption in many facets of our own lives. Freedom is a wonderful privilege, but it is also a burden. We have seen countless examples of where our rights have been taken too far and ended in horribly tragic situations. Our ancestors didn't make the sacrifices they did so that we could take our own freedom for granted. Now is the time when the narrow places surround us at every turn. Now we are equipped to stand up and help to make an impact in a positive and lasting way. As we commemorate this sacred and special time in our calendar, it's about much more than eating matzah. It's about recalling the past. It's about living intentionally in the present. It's about envisioning a future that is about living mindfully and intentionally. Rising up from the dark and narrow place of Egypt reminds us of the strength and courage that is one of our greatest soul traits. We continue to savor the gift of freedom as we observe sacred times in our calendar throughout the year. Let us be mindful of the sacrifices of our past as we yearn to find the points and places where we can truly embrace the gifts of today. May our season of renewal and redemption carry us forth as we remain ever mindful of the blessings that fill and complete our days. Amen. Please rise. We turn now in our prayer book to page 282 and 287 as we join together in our prayer of adoration, Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'atei gedula liotzer b'reshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishpechot adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vigor aleinu kechol hamonam, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא.
We turn now to page 294, and as we do, we call to heart and to mind all of our loved ones who have departed from this earth and gone on to the peace of life eternal. And as is our custom here in the Gordon Chapel, when the name of your loved one is called aloud, you are welcome to stand in your place. Following the list of all of our yort sites, we will rise as a congregation to continue with the words of Kaddish. In recent days, we lovingly remember Harriet Friedman, Dover Roth, Jewel Tucker. We also remember the yortzites of this Shabbat: David Mencher, H. Bernard Simon, Stanley Burson, Kirk Bregman, Robert Fleece, Patricia Holden, Ben Lichtenstein, Ira Pont, William Rao, Sandy Schaefer, Louis Septimus, B.D. Shapiro, Pearl Shaw, Carolyn Wolfe, Jack Gatchman, Saul Gottlieb, Herman Graber, Carol Lipkin, Beverly Meyer, Max Rosenberg, Louis Schoenemann, Ida Sharman, Henry Taub, Joseph Trich, Ian Vachnatin, Eli Warwick, Helen Estrin, Leon Crandall, Abe Rubenstein, Adolf Usig, Leo Goldberg, Pesa Gurvich, Philip Lusky, Elsie Perlman, Kenny Schwartzberg, Ariel Simovich, Henry Weinstock, Mitchell Zindler, Beth Eisenman, Saul Gerson, Harry Lewis, Henry Sellinger, Irving Squires, Carl Canyon, Alfred Cooper, Wilma Friedman, Rebecca Grinberg, Ruth Hochstetter, Hannah Kaufman, Bernard Kessler, Melvin Klein, Max Schwartz, Rhea Summer, Maurice Tritter, Pamela Warner, Bernard Wise, Bernard Wool, Sophie Zilberman, Irving Becker, Lillian Bloom, Stephen Bresner, Taribo Keno, Dorothy Feigen, Barbara Goldstein, Stan Goldstein, Lillian Halzer, Samuel Kleiman, Jack Lazard, Louis Michaels, Rose Pollock, Alexander Tober, Selma Gold, Leon Payne, Bertha Newfield. In each of their honor and their memory, we rise as we continue now with the words of Kaddish. Yit Gadal Vit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, V'Alman Divrach Yurte V'Amlich Malchute, V'Chayachon V'Yomechon U'Chaye Jechol Beit Yisrael, V'Galal V'Zman Kari V'Yimru Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Le'alam Almei Almaya. V'yitbarach, v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar, v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitale, v'yitalal, shemei kudusha, b'richu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, demiran v'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom livromav, huyaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'yimru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and bring comfort to all of the bereaved among us, as together we say, Amen. Please be seated. As we have dealt with death as part of life, we are also commanded to sanctify the Sabbath day. And so we join in our blessing over our wine, our Shabbat Kiddush. The words can be found on page 5. The cantor will lead us in the blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu. Shabbat kodsho b'yava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lemasei bereshit, ki hu yom techila lemikrae kodesh, zeicher litziat Mitzrayim, kivanu V'otanu kidashta mikol hamim, v'shabbat kodeshecha v'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh Shabbat. Amen.
Thank you, Cantor. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
My name is Susan Feigen Harris, and I have the privilege of serving as a vice president of Beth Israel's Board of Trustees. This Shabbat, Rabbi Lyon is out of town officiating at a wedding this weekend, and Rabbi Foster is leading Family Shabbat for our families with young children. Coffee Talk returns this Sunday morning at 10:15 a.m. in the Margolis Gallery as we welcome Harut Gez from the Jewish Agency in Israel, who will speak on things you did not know about Israel. All are welcome. Registration is now open for Mitzvah Day on April 22nd. Please visit us on Facebook or on our website to access the registration page. Any questions regarding Mitzvah Day registration, please contact Rabbi Foster. In honor of Israel's 70th anniversary, Congregation Beth Israel will be hosting the citywide Day of Remembrance for Israel's fallen soldiers and victims of terror on Tuesday, April 17th at 7 p.m. Our Israel celebrations continue on April 19th with a community-wide celebration of Israel at the Merfish Center and a Shabbat dinner open to the congregation at no cost on Friday, April 20th, featuring Brigadier General of the IDF, Bentzi Gruber. All are invited, but RSVPs are required. After tonight's service, my fellow trustee on the Bima, Brent Burson, and I look forward to greeting you and welcoming you to Beth Israel. Shabbat Shalom.
We will conclude our service by joining together in singing Hallelujah. Let everything with breath praise Adonai. The words can be found on page 379. Please rise.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
Elokei Avotenu ve'imotenu, our God and God of all generations, we are grateful for the opportunity to recall the Exodus from Egypt. God, help us to remember the story of our ancestors. Also, please guide us as we strive to be released from all the narrow places of our lives. And please grant us the gift and blessing of lasting and enduring peace, and extend that same privilege to all of your creations everywhere. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you for being a part of our community on this Shabbat. I hope that you enjoyed our service and your soul is uplifted with strength and peace to last you into the coming week. Please know that I, as well as the rest of our clergy team, are available to you with any questions you may have about our sacred congregation. Thank you for joining us. Shabbat Shalom.